Ciao besties, welcome back to my channel. My name is Viviana, and in this video I'm gonna do something that I've been wanting to do for a really long time. I'm gonna review some of your logos that you have submitted. I asked you guys on Instagram to send me some logos that you want me to review on this channel, and you guys came through again. There's so many logos. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to review all of them, but I'll do my best. Of course, I have to make a disclaimer before starting this video. Everything that I'm gonna be saying is just based on my personal opinion. I don't make the rules. Design is very subjective, so if I say something and you don't agree with it, that's completely fine. Just because I think something, it doesn't mean that it has to be true for you or for anyone watching. So if you don't agree with me, that's completely fine. And also, all the logos that I'm gonna be reviewing are from people who willingly submitted their logos. So they want me to critique the logos and give them advice. I'm not like randomly picking logos and judging them, absolutely. So yeah, this video is mainly gonna be just for fun, but I will try to give as much constructive criticism as I can. I'm not gonna just be mean and say your logo sucks. I'm gonna try to help you guys because many of you like left me some cute little messages. You guys just generally want my advice on how you can improve, and I am more than happy to help you. I wish that there was someone who kind of helped me along the way. I have made a lot of mistakes in my design career. I didn't know many things and I didn't know how to do them. Yeah, I mean, everybody has to start somewhere. So again, we're here, we're having fun, everything is just... And actually, to kick off this video, we're gonna start by reviewing one of my old logos to show you that I've made mistakes, as I said. If you see my Q&A video, you might know that I have basically just started making logos, like actual logos, in the last year. Before that, I had made like 3 to 4 logos tops, and they weren't good. And actually, I'm gonna show you, and we're gonna critique together one of the logos that I made 2 years ago. I'm gonna be very mean, just because it's me though, so then I can be nice to you guys. So let's start. I am so excited to review this logo with you guys because it's so bad. I love it. Okay, so we're starting with my logo. I made this logo in 2020. It was for like a project that some of my friends started called photovoice, where like people had to take some pictures based on like a weekly theme. It was something that started during the first quarantine in 2020, so it was like to keep people busy during that time. And I was asked to do the logo and the graphics for all of it. Yeah, okay, let's see. I'm looking at my computer if you see that I'm just looking here. So I have a few critiques for this, just right off the bat. I love the font that I chose, first of all, but the kerning is a bit too much. Like, I love to kern my logos, but I think that it is too much, especially because the font is like very thick. But then let's move on to the other stuff. Okay, I remember specifically that I did not want to add the camera in the logo. I just remember doing like these circles to create an idea of a camera lens, and then doing some variations with the camera as well. And then I showed the other people and they told me that they liked this version better, so I stuck with that. I don't think that I should have done that, also because I don't know if you can see that the O in the camera lens is like higher than the rest of the O's. Why? And of course, I think that it is a bit too much. Maybe it would have been cute if I added this in like a logo mark, but of course I didn't do a full logo suite. And also, if you zoom in on like the flashes on the camera, they are embarrassing. I don't even remember how I did that, but definitely not in the right way, and it kind of looks like all wonky. But it's not over. We have the other part of the logo because we have photo and then we have voice. For the voice part, I had this cute idea that I think was a little bit too ambitious for the kind of technique that I had at the time, because I didn't have any. So basically, my idea was that I wanted to create some sort of face, like a profile, to kind of make it look like the E was a person saying something. So I kind of create this curve to make like a nose, but it doesn't really read as that. You can really tell that that is what I was going for. I think that it is a bit too much for the logo. Like, there is too much going on. There are two concepts in the same logo that don't really work together very well. I think that I should have just made everything more simple, or just stick with either of the two ideas. The idea of having the E look like a person who was speaking, it is kind of cute, but again, I wasn't there like at all. And if you actually zoom in on the logo, I have found the file. It's so messy, so bad. What is going on? It's not good. I appreciate the attempt, but no. Okay, so now let's move on to your logos actually. So now I'm gonna be a little less mean. No kidding, I'm not gonna be mean at all. So the first project that we are gonna review is for a skincare brand called Bleger. bleger. I have no idea. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna like butcher all these names. Right off the bat, I love this. The typography is so beautiful. I'm immediately getting that sense of high-end skincare brand. This color is so beautiful. Like overall, I think that this is an amazing project. Just the presentation in general is very good. I think the only thing that I would have to critique are some tweaks that I would do personally, but in general it is very good. But of course, if you want like my opinion on everything, I'm gonna be honest, I think that you should have worked a little more on connecting the letters a little bit better in a way that it's more seamless. If you look at the logo, you can totally see like the connection between the L and the E and the E and the R. Like you can see that you made that. Some tweaks would have made the logo flow a little bit more. As for the logo mark also, I think that the brand icon, like the flower, it is really cute, but I think that the bead that is on the logo could have just worked as it was as the logo mark. Brand icon with the open flower doesn't really necessarily read as a B. And also another tweak that I would say is that if you look at the logo, at the typography of the logo, there are some parts that are thinner and other that are thicker. So I think that you could have done that also in the lines that you made for the flower, because if you look at the flower, the lines are just straight, but you could have mimicked that shape also in the logo mark, But again, just tweaks. Really love the colors that you chose and the fact that the entire brand seems to be inspired by nature, and the mockups look amazing. Your mockup game is like top notch. I really love also the social media templates. They all match with this vibe that you're going for. So overall, I approve this project. I love this. I'm sweating. I'm so sorry. So next project on the list is this project called Wild Nature Preserve. Just like as an initial reaction, I think that there is too much going on. Like I love the idea that you had behind this, but it is kind of what happened in my logo that I just reviewed. There are too many ideas in just one word, and in this case specifically, the word is really short. So I think that having all these different illustrations might be a little bit too much. I think that maybe you could have stuck with just the illustration on the W, and also maybe, but this is just me, like it doesn't have to do with you or just the quality of the logo, but I would have chosen a different font for the secondary font, because this serif font really like rich and classy and high-hand, and it doesn't really match with the vibe of this wild nature thing. Yeah, I mean, this is another case of just doing some tweaks, I think. Okay, so now let's move on to this other logo called Smile. This person is one of the few people who have left me a message, because I asked people to upload their logos in a Google Drive folder. Some of you left me messages. They're so cute. I really appreciate that, you guys. Okay, great. Now I'm gonna tear you apart. I'm kidding. I actually really do love this logo. I think that the logo is really fun, really cute, really creative, and I obviously think that it was a smart choice to go with this curve that reminds of a smile. I really like the choice of having a really simple font and then manipulating the type. I don't necessarily understand that curve above the M. Am I missing something? I really like the logo, but if I have to make just small critiques again, this is what I'm here for. I would like try to smooth the lines a little bit. If you look at it, maybe it's just because I'm a designer, so I know the process behind it. I can see the exact place where the letter ends and the curve that you added starts. This can be fixed in like 1 second with the smooth tool, but again, this is the smallest tweak ever. Like, this is me because I'm insane and I'm a perfectionist. The other thing is that I'm not a big fan of this color combo, but this is a strictly personal thing. It does work really well, and overall I would say that it's a good project. And I also absolutely love the mock-ups that you send me. This image that you see on the laptop, like this photo and this line, I think that is so smart, so cool. That is exactly what I do, like incorporating everything also in the other aspects of the brand. This is what you should always do. Okay, moving on, we have this project called Hair Haven. Okay, so I have a few ideas on how you could improve this project, because at the moment, like, I'm gonna be honest, and I beg you to not interpret this in the wrong way. I just literally want to help. At the moment, the project doesn't really feel that special, meaning that it doesn't really tell anything about the store, about what it is, about what it stands for. Like, it doesn't really have a personality. This is something that kind of comes from studying the brand, studying the person behind the brand and everything that the brand stands for. You kind of have to embrace all of that and then bring it into the logo. So this could be improved with just little tweaks, even finding like a more specific typography. I'm not saying that you should do some type manipulation, even just that will make the logo like more recognizable. But of course there is also the illustration. I know that it is a hair and beauty parlor, so of course you have to have someone with long hair. It's not the subject that is the problem, because of course it's something that is pretty obviously makes sense, but give it more personality. Maybe you could have just taken one string of hair and incorporate in the circle, like, I don't know, something more custom, more unique to the brand. And there's also like this logo mark that I don't really understand, honestly. If I saw this, I would think that this was something related to, like, I don't know, real estate or something. I don't know how many colors you used, but in this case, when I saw the picture for the first time, my attention was drawn to the illustration because it's in black, while I had a little bit more trouble reading the actual name of the place. So I would suggest to kind of switch just slightly the color combination so that the name of the place can actually be the thing that attracts the attention the most, because at the end of the day, people of course want to know where they need to go if they want to get their hair cut. My general thought on this, it's not that it's bad, but it could have been more specific to the brand, more unique. My advice is to try to take more risks, because this isn't bad, but this feels safe, you know? So try to push yourself a little bit. I know that it can be scary. I was guilty of that for many years. All throughout my university experience, I was so afraid to do something different. So I never like explored my creativity because of that. So from someone who has been there, I'm just telling you, try something different and see how you like it. Just that. Okay, so moving on, we have a personal branding from Rishita. I really like that you added like that little description, and you said that you feel like this is really representative of your design style, and I love that, because branding yourself is so hard, you guys. Like, it's probably the hardest thing a graphic designer or brand designer has to do. So I completely get that. It took me months to figure it out, and it's still changing every day. But overall, I would say that I like this. Like, it's not something that I would do. It doesn't reflect my style, but it reflects yours. And this is all that matters, really. I like the typography. I think it looks really cool, really neat. I like the color combo, very soft. It kind of has a calming and warm and welcoming feeling. So I really love that. And your mock-up game is top-notch again. Like, wow. If I had to give you advice on something, maybe try to do something different with the logo mark. But you don't really have to, actually. Like, it looks good. The next project that I'm going to review is for Blen, a coffee place. Overall, I would say that I really like this project, like this idea. I think is really like well done, well curated. The mock-ups look, again, amazing. But if I have to be honest, like, the first thing that I would say is that the logo is a little bit hard to read. Like, to me, it doesn't read as Blen. So this can be like a major issue if people don't really know what the brand is called, you know? The top priority when you're making a logo is making sure that you can read it. And especially when it comes to an actual place, like a shop, a store or something, like people walking by have to be able to read the sign even from a distance to know what a place is. But I know this is probably a passion project, but in general, it is really good to keep in mind. I like the idea of having all the letters blended, but I think in this case it is a bit too much because you can't really read that. I don't know if it's just me or if other people feel this way. Let me know in the comments. And when it comes to the logo mark, I would say that instead of trying to blend all the letters, maybe try to incorporate the coffee bean in the logo. It's a coffee place. It says like literally at the bottom coffee. You don't have to spell it out for the client that much because they know that this is a coffee place. Try to approach it in a different way and not in a way that is too expected. Since you had this idea of blending all the letters, maybe blend the coffee bean with the B. I really like the color, like this deep orange red red is very cool. Like I use this color like all the time. The packaging looks so cool. Actually, in my last video I talked about how important it is to have high quality mockups when it comes to showing your work to your clients, and in this case this mockup is amazing. And of course, if you want to step up your mockup game, you can find some amazing mockups and other creative assets on Envato Elements. If you want to check out their service, they have a 7 days free trial. You can find it by clicking the first link in my description. If you do that, you'll be supporting me and the channel as well, so thank you. And last but not least, we have another personal branding project by Hearti Studio. I love this. I'm in love with this. This is so cute. Oh my god, I don't know if this is like hand drawn or if there is a font like this. It kind of looks like you made it, but even if you haven't, it doesn't matter. It looks so cool. I love this typography. Oh my god. And I also love like this gradient thing. I think that personal branding should be a little bit more simple. Even just this splash of color, I think it works so great. The only thing is that if I zoom in on the logo, I can see like a lot of lines. So I don't know if you have personally like tried to do this 3D effect. So maybe you could try to adjust that. But other than that, I really like this. Great job. So these were my thoughts on the logos that you have sent me to critique. I had so much fun. I hope that you guys will find this video helpful, even if you're not the person that made the logo. Just in general, the advice and the tips that I gave, I hope that they can be helpful for anyone. I'm actually very open to do this in the future again. So I'm gonna leave the link for the Google Drive folder in the description box below, and if you want me to critique your logos in the future, you can just upload it there. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a like and let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you agree with what I said, or do you have different critiques? Of course, subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more videos like this. I'm not just all talk, I also do design stuff, so you can binge watch my design with me playlist where there are all my design videos. Follow me on all my social media, that's where I update you on these videos and my daily life. I hop on my stories almost every day, so if you want to get a little closer to me, you can find me there. And if you made it to this part of the video, oh my god, what are we commenting today? Why do I never think about this? I literally have no idea. Comment your favorite green emoji, just because today I'm wearing all green. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again in another video next week. Ciao! I look so good today. What?